Hey guys, yeah, today I'm going to talk about patience because I think that patience is probably the greatest tool to finding some peace, right? I think patience brings peace like nothing else. Okay, um, so I actually have I've been told a few times recently that I am a very patient person, which to me is like didn't make sense, right? So I looked up the definition because I always am like, nah, that can't be me. And it says the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. And it made sense to me why people think that now, right? Because like I'm very like happy-go-lucky, everything's good. You know what I mean? It's like if you ask me how my day went, I'm always going to tell you it went good because I have a weird way of changing my perspective on things. Even if these things are terrible, it's like, could have been worse, or this part was good, right? So my whole day wasn't bad. There might have been periods that were bad. I think that's a super important thing that like just because something bad happens in your day, everything isn't ruined, right? The whole day's not ruined. Um, and so like I'm very tolerant to things, you know what I mean? Like I can take a lot of shit and I really don't show it. But I mean, I'm processing it. You know what I mean? We all process in different ways. And yesterday, I think I had a really in in depth, like rough conversation. I mean, it was rough because I really care about the person, so it's like always hard to to like tell people that you care about things that they don't want to hear, like that you don't like. It's just uncomfortable, right? And throughout that conversation, it was like there was a bunch of times where I was like, man, I'm really doing good here. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a fight. You know what I mean? It was a conversation, and I think a lot of that comes from patience because, I mean, I just sit there and I kind of observe the feelings, right? And without the patience, you can't sit there with the feelings, right? So you observe the feelings. Once you kind of sit with those feelings for a second, you know what I mean? You can kind of understand where they're coming from. Once you understand where they're coming from, you can find acceptance in them. And then you can really communicate better because you're not those feelings aren't driving the conversation. It's like you can express why you're feeling that way, not just that you're feeling a certain way. And that's just super key in communication. Because the other person's like they're gonna be lost if you just tell them you're feeling a certain way but don't know why. So it's really good to sit on those feelings and like until you can express them clearly. At least for me, it is. Uh, so yeah, patience is something I sucked at. I still suck at it. You know what I mean? And I think that it takes a long time to like get to the point where you can sit back and be like, things are gonna be all right. So I can just sit on these things. And somebody, a sponsor I had of actually, he used to tell me whenever I go to him with a problem, he'd be like, I think your best option is just to do nothing or to wait. And that shit used to drive me insane, right? But another key thing he'd say was, feelings aren't final, right? And so, like, in a situation, you might be feeling infuriated, frustrated, you know what I mean? Just hurt, sad, just everything might be fucked, okay? And that's okay. Those feelings are valid. You're like, they're normal. Everybody would get them, and you're not alone in those. But the way you react to them can be not okay. And that took me a long time to realize that it's better to sit on those feelings and just go through it. You know what I mean? And it might fucking suck, and it might last longer than you want it to. And if it's lasting longer than you want it to, talk to somebody about it. Don't talk to the person who's causing it until you can kind of get a grasp on it. But like, get a second opinion, and reach out. So yeah, patience is one of those ones where I think that it's the key to finding peace. Because if you can find patience, you can communicate correctly, you can find acceptance in your own situations, and those feelings won't be dictating and controlling your life, which is like what I think causes most of the problems in my life and I'm sure in many others. All right, that's all I got. Love you guys.